Hi, so we fixed our configuration, and the last element that we saw was an error. Was it this one? Nope. Let me start off with the error. And so that's one. So that's on the website. Everything installed just fine, so super, yay! But in the end, it says external command finished with errors. Make initcpio finished with exit code, output user bin, make init line 265, init bin, Linux 3.1.2. Remember that. So we go to the place where we have downloaded our calamares 3.2.18. In there we have the sources, the modules, and we have a look at this one, initcpio IO. And there is this configuration that's in there. It's opened, I think, to the right. So this is what's opened. I've already changed it to Perl, and it says Linux 3.1.2. Does Linux 3.1.2 exist on ArcoLinux? No. So hence the issue, hence the problem, right? What does exist? The Linux kernel. Yes, that's the one that exists. That's the one we need. So we're going to change this code into Linux. We need this one, initcpio, Control C. Then we go to Alright, so we need the initcpio conf, and we're gonna copy paste it to our own. So this is where we get the info from, and we know by now with our mistake that we should put it on calamares config etc calamares modules right here, not in a folder or anything. So initcpio conf is okay, Linux 3.1.2 you're out. Quickly have a look at it in Perl. That's the only thing we have, basically. So, rebuild. Who knows, maybe we have a distribution on our system. So, git. We're going to do the initcpio. Oh yeah, I should mention that you should go to ArchWiki, right? If you don't know what this is, ArchWiki, initcpio IO. I hope that is gonna lead you to a page. Let's see. Okay, make initcpio. All right, so you read ahead what this is. We have built, well, no, we've pushed. Now we're gonna build calamares. And we go to number 7, is it now? We build this thing with make package. We stop it, we delete these guys, and we put that guy with a cut on our Carly repo. And we build it again. Who knows? That's that. Well, if you are in a rush, and maybe you are in a bit of a rush, then you don't rebuild. Super F7, VirtualBox, double click it, and then update, and get these 2 packages in, because in the meantime I think it's 2 already. No, yes, no, 2, not 2, but we've made 2 changes in 1 package, so 1 update. All of these things, wanting this splash thing of KD, if you don't want it, you have to set it in configurations. So, console, right? Console. I need to have my keyboard. That's one. Second thing, we need to update. Doesn't exist update. So the pacman -syyu exists. And the speed is getting good. Didn't do anything. That's a new calamares config in. We can start from here, so we can have a look at the code, what's behind all that. There we go. Let's see if it passes the last thing. I'm not gonna type, don't care what all this is. This is testing. Right. I think I'm gonna change this to be less complex. Install next. So he's installing. Gonna pause. I hope we get to the finish, and otherwise we'll have to add another module to change. So let's pause the video here. All right. This is what we get when we take a look at our virtual machine. It gives us some information regarding to our setting or configuration. The configuration we've done is exact, it's correct, but there is a but. It says that from here you want to launch the boot, this one. This is actually the most important thing. Boot VM Linux. What is this? What is this? You go to your own system. You're on ArcoLinux, right? You go to your own system and you go to... Alright, I was interrupted. So what were we thinking? We saw an error. We saw the boot VM Linux and we wondered what that was. We went to the file manager, boot, and indeed we have something in here, VM Linux, so our kernel to boot up from. Now it's not available, he says. Well, that's because we are on ArcoLinux and not on anything else. So does that mean we don't have a Linux kernel? We go to Dolphin, we go to overlay, we go to boot, and indeed, where is our kernel? Right? Where is our kernel? So boot folder is empty in the image of Arch ISO, and it can contain a lot of stuff, right? This is my actual system, what I'm working on. Contains lots of elements, but not this one. And it is this one we need to avoid this error. So we need to figure out a way to get this line on our future system, and our future system is here. We need to get it in here because it wants to run something that's not there, hence the error. Okay, that's what we need to know. That's what we have to figure out. I don't think we could still use this one, so Control F, minimize you, minimize you, minimize you. The solution to that particular problem on ArcoLinux anyway, so I'm just teaching for Arch guys. Don't start asking questions about anything else. I have no experience with it, but you need to have this VM Linux thing there. Okay. We are back to the unpack file system. We go back to Carly, we go back to calamares, to etc, to calamares, to the module. This thing can actually copy paste over also files. We saw that somewhere, that there's a possibility to use a file, and that's basically what I need to have. Luckily it's still open because I need to know where it is. So I did it just to copy paste here. Now it's not a squash fs thing, it's a file thing, right? And this is the code we have on ArcoLinux. So basically for my ease and comfort, I'm gonna copy paste it over, but this is where it came from. Okay, let's analyze anyway. So the code is available, and it's available in Dolphin. We've done that already in another video, but let's include it because of course it's super important. If you can't find your VM Linux thing there, then you have a trouble. You're in trouble, right? So here we have some code, but I don't see it here. So I must have missed a turn somewhere. Let me put this over here. So run arch ISO, great, and then boot arch boot. Oh yeah, one level down, this one. So here we have a thing, but a thing that's not yet named correctly. As you see here in the code, I'm renaming the VM Linux into VM Linux. So the correct name. So that's how we figured it out, and that's actually thanks to calamares, because we've asked them to, we had all these workarounds to get this thing in, but now it's in calamares. It's written inside of the code, and we can just move from A to B, a file, move from there to there. That's basically what this allows us to do. All right, so this one can go back to there. Now we know what to do. So the unpack file system, this one, let's go to Perl. So only this line works. Okay, good. Run arch ISO x86. This is a copy paste, so that's a wrong thing. The other one is here. So this is the correct one. This is the one from ArcoLinux. So, well, just take these three. Control C. That's the one from Carly. Rather than typing everything over, I'm gonna copy paste. So run arch boot VM Linux inside boot Linux. Okay, save, looks good. So basically a file somewhere on the ISO is going to be moved on the actual system and be renamed as well. Super important, the renaming. All right, then it's back to routine. First thing, get it online. Unpack fs for kernel. Simple, boom, as that. Then we're gonna build it. Back to Carly package build, calamares package build, number one up, save, build. Okay, it's there. Well, it's nowhere. It should be here. And then it's still not there. Then we're gonna put it online. Then it's there. Let's see if we can actually finish this time with our installation. So we're back here, Control F. So this will not change. I'm in the sense that this is the run, right? So everything stays the same here. But what should happen at some point in time, you should be able to see in the temp calamares root in the boot, you should see this file pop up. And well, we can actually see if we can try to do that, if we can follow that. So restart. It's always interesting to see the sequence of things. If you follow in a certain effect, we're following the file, the settings.conf, right? We're following this one, the settings.conf, and he's telling that first, that second, and so on. So we are almost at the end of the list, and let's see if we can get to the very end and boot into our new operating system, our new desktop. All right. This time I'm just gonna go for install. Install the system, please. What do we forget? We forget to update. Dolphin. Yeah, these things happen. Eh? You'll say, why is this not working? Ah, you just forgot to update. Sure. Hours lost. Then you go for sudo pacman -syyu. Update, okay, do it again, come on, unlock database. think will have to help. We have our little command for that. Oh, where is it again? Let me have a look at our alias. That's why aliases are interesting. It's called unlock, and it's the var. Let's try one more time. Oh, there it is. It's gone already. Didn't do anything. But it's this one you have to delete. Remove the var lib pacman database log thing. If you delete this, then you are sure to get ahead. But you see, it's just time, and then it gets released. Now we have the install. Oops. Install system. Have a capital on, I see. Capital. Okay. Next. Whatever. Well, not whatever. Better get Belgian in. In my case, it's okay. My letters that I type do not matter in QWERTY or AZERTY. Otherwise it doesn't matter, of course. Install. Alright. Oh yeah, we're going to look for, oh, I have to be quick. Open Dolphin, overlay in the temp, Eric, in the temp, where's the temp? Here, in the calamares, in the boot, we'll have something pop up here. There should be a copy paste from A to B, and where is then A? If this is B, detach tab, is that this one? Yeah, okay. So this is where it should go to, and it's coming from run somewhere. Run arch ISO, I think it was this, I think then this, then that. No, we're wrong. Took a wrong turn in here. This one should go there with a name change. Okay, we'll see. So first we had this big thing, this SFS thing, that the unsquashes 1.9 gigabytes, so that's gonna take a while. And then it's gonna take the second line, which is gonna be just one file, which is super fast. It's quite fast, this thing. Whew. Damn. I have not the feeling that we should change something. The only thing I would change is the size. So not that small, but something around this line. And that can be done. That's no problem. And all the rest for me. In the end, it's just to put the system on there. And yeah, it can look nice, but this is actually quite nice. Just working. Yep. Afterwards we should test if everything is working right. If the system is installed, then we should improve it. Yay! There he is. And there's the other one. This is coming not from us, this is coming from the modules. Alright. Keep your fingers crossed. Restart now. Okay. Boot existing OS, that's the line we need. There we go. Whoa, we have our system. It's booting. We have a kernel. Did I speak too soon? We have a cursor. Our splash screen. That's the first thing I would omit. But hey, everybody has its own preferences. And we have a system, guys. Ctrl-T. Neofetch. Not found. How's this thing looking? Like this. It's an ArcoLinux system. VirtualBox. Kernel, packages, Plasma, Kwing. Alright. Only 509 megabytes. That's nothing, right? So, gentlemen, you got yourself a system. You have a way to build your own Kali system. Now we're thinking about, I would think first about checkups. Are all the permissions okay? Is everything as it should be? What I always do is compare with ArcoLinux. So Dolphin, if we go to this one here, everything should be the same. These permissions and all that, and the most important ones are in here. So we'll have to take a look. I think it's this one that seems to be okay. That's already locked, but we'll take a wait, make it some time, do an actual test. Actions, open terminal, to do an ls-al, and have a look at all these settings. It should be for root. All this root, that's something. There's an, okay, it's a line there. Everything is root. Some of them are 700 rather than 75. So I'll have to check that with an ArcoLinux system and compare notes, really. Anyway, this is a success story. We have it. It's you have your system, you can install it, you can have Kali, you can have anything you like. We have our calamares set up the way it should be for ArcoLinux, of course, guys. No support for the other distributions, I'm sorry, but you have to limit your time and attention on something. So, Arch only. Enjoy building your own system, guys. Cheers.